Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel for part 3 of our Silver Bayonet project that we're doing. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, where part 1 was about the British and part 2 was the French warbands that we've painted up, again there should be a card up here, click on them and that will take you straight to them. And if not, I'll leave a link to the playlist at the end of the video, click on that and you can go back and watch the part 1s and part 2s, British and French warbands painted and that. And I have to say, today's video is about the Spanish Warband. This is the third warband that we bought as a part of Wave 1 bundle deal that North Star were doing at the time. And I have to say, these are, again, like with the other ones, very characterful and actually a lot of fun actually as well. Silver Bayonet, if you've not heard of it, like I said in the previous 2 videos, done by Joseph McCulloch. Again, famed for, obviously, his Frostgrave, Oathmark, Ranger Shadow Deep, Ghost Archipelago. Again, this game is no different. It's all set in a sort of a skirmish, handful of figures, other than Oathmark, where it's obviously armies. And again, many sort of different missions, and that's set in a sort of Napoleonic Gothic horror setting. I mean, again, what's not to like? And now we've got the third faction painted up, and that, you know, Jamie, Mel, myself, all got 3 factions, all going out there battling in their way to sort of investigate certain sort of settings and that. And the scenarios in the book, now I've had a chance to sort of read through a little bit more about it, they are quite good fun. I'm sort of now hopefully looking forward to any sort of campaign books and that he decides to bring out, because again, I think in the Gothic setting and that, in the Napoleonic setting and that, it'd be really, really good. Sort of taking on that sort of sharp sort of theme, but sort of mixing it with, say, in the sort of the Gothic sort of setting, and that would be really good fun. So without further ado, guys, I'm me rambling on and that. Let's get the camera around. Let's take a look at this third faction, the Spanish, all painted up. So first up for the Spanish and that, we have the officer, and again, look at him there, his arm behind his back and that, sword out proud, look at me, yeah, I'm in charge. Very, very nice, and again, full of flavour, full of character, and that for the faction and that, and I really do like the officer and that. All the officers I think are really, really good. Next to him coming round is the Spanish version of the Veteran Hunter. And he's armed with a blunderbuss, and if you look at him in his front there, he's got a breastplate on with his sort of cross and that on front of the breastplate, and he's really, really nice. Again, all the Veteran Hunters, as I said, in the officer, all of them, whatever the class they are very different. They do look different in that in each faction. So next up then we have the infantryman for the Spanish Warband, again armed with his musket there. Really, really nice figures. Really do look the part. Again, following the same colour palette as I said before on the website, and that obviously the pack, the pictures that come in the pack, just to sort of keeping that all together and that in sort of character of what they've done. You can, as I said, utilise any regiment you want to paint up. It's your choice, it's your warband, you paint them up however you want them to be. So following round from him then we have the Champion of Faith, and again this character goes out, gives sort of spiritual guidance and that really for the warband, hopefully to ward off those sort of like Gothic sort of things that shouldn't be there, as vampires, etc. And so yeah, really good fun. Armed there with his sword and that, hopefully if he needs to use it, he will use it. So coming up first on that here, we have the Swordsman. And I really do like the way this character looks and that. You can sort of tell where they've got the inspiration of this guy, obviously from the Sharp series and that there. And again, from the sort of like the gentleman class and that, really does look well. Again, we're painting them up in similar colours than that, obviously, to what was on the colour palette of the figures that come in the box. Really do like the way this guy looks and that. And next up, following round, is the Guerrilla Fighter. And she is really, really nice. And again, the way her dress sort of flows around her and that and everything, she looks like she means business. She knows the lay of the land. She knows the hills that she lives in and comes from. And again, like with all these figures and that, you can really sort of imagine coming up with your own sort of backstories and that behind the characters and that. And that's, again, from an ex sort of role player, as myself when I first started in the hobby, that it sort of lends itself to me, that storytelling sort of side of things. So coming round now, then we have the Artilleryman. And again, very different in look from the British one you may remember from the first video. And that again is what I like about these characters. Well, there are characters in that, and all the warbands, they are, no matter what the class is, they are all very different, even different variations in that within the same class, which again is what I really, really like. Coming round behind him is the Sapper for the Spanish. And again, totally different in look to the Sapper from the French. But still armed with that big axe. He wants to beat down them doors. You want to get in there and sort it out. But he looks like he's differently from the French one. This guy is a little bit more sort of, I know what to expect. I've seen it before. I'm just ready for it with my axe and that held out there. But yeah, there you are, guys. That's the sapper and the artilleryman. So let's get all the warband together so we can sort of see what they all look like together. So there we have then the whole of the Spanish warband together for Silver Bayonet. And look, again, like I've said in the previous two videos, all collectively all together and that, they really do look the part. And if you can sort of think about how you would design sort of Spanish characters and things like that, I think they've hit the nail on the head with all three of the warbands. And what it looks like with the new Prussians and the Russians and the Austrians and that they're bringing out for Wave 2, they look like they follow suit again. Very iconic, still keep it in that sort of theme of the Napoleonic Wars, but at the same time giving you that sort of fantasy, sort of gothic horror setting and that as well within the figures themselves. So again, a good mix of sort of branching the two sort of genres and that together, which I really do like. I'm very impressed with. So there we have it, guys. That is all the three factions that we've got done so far. Really excited to, now we're sort of looking at sort of getting some games under our belt, sort of learn the rules, and hopefully with that we'll put some of that out on the channel in due course. Well, I hope you like what you've seen so far, and if you have, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and also comment below and tell us what you like about all the three warbands. And if you haven't had a chance to see the other two videos yet, go back at the end of this video. I'll leave a link. Go back and have a look at them and see what you think, and that if you've not seen them before. Without further ado, guys, thank you very much for all the subscribers that have joined the channel recently, and everyone who's been subscribed to us from the word go. We really do appreciate everything you're doing for us and watching our videos, and we've really enjoyed watching all your videos that you're doing. Some excellent projects out there, and we have really enjoyed, especially obviously through the lockdowns and that over the last couple of years. It's been really inspirational. So without further ado, guys, please stay safe and continue to stay safe and continue to keep up your good projects and good work. And until next time, happy wargaming.